Welcome to WP Coffee Talk with your podcast barista, Michelle Frechette, where we interview people in the WordPress community from all over the world. Every guest is asked the same questions, and every guest has wonderful and varied answers about their history and their hopes. Special thanks to our espresso level sponsors, Bluehost, WSForm, and Beaver Builder. And now, on with the show. Welcome to WP Coffee Talk. I'm your podcast barista, Michelle Frechette, serving up the WordPress stories from around the world. And today, my guest is Ankur Chotai, who is the CEO of Repute InfoSystems. Welcome to the show, Ankur. How are you?
Thank you, Michelle. I'm good. It's Saturday evening, so yeah, I'm very much relaxed and waiting for my friends to come over, and we will have some, some fun time.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. I always worry when I'm talking to people around the world. It's my morning, it's your evening. I'm hoping I don't keep you from your family or keep you from sleep. So it's good to hear that you have some fun things planned
Yeah,
for the rest of your
actually,
day.
I would like to thank you for finding a time during the weekend in your morning. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's a great way to be able to connect with people around the world for sure. So for
That's
people who don't know you, tell us just a little bit about yourself and what you do.
well. I am myself, as you said, Ankur Chotai. I run this company called Repute InfoSystem, and I'm with this. I started this company like in 2005, and initially we were working on different type of PHP projects, and then eventually, we moved to WordPress, and then never looked back.
Very nice. And you are in India. Where in India are you located?
Yeah, I live in India. I'm sorry, I'll have to just give me a minute. I'm sorry about that. India
That's
is
okay.
country of temples, and this is the time where the prayer and everything. So there was a noise out from outside the
Oh,
window.
okay.
Sorry about that.
No
Yeah,
worries.
so I live in Gujarat, which is which is in the west part of India,
Mhm.
and you must have heard Gujarat is the only state which where you find Asiatic lions.
Oh, yes. Okay. Very cool. As long as they're not in your home, then that's good.
No, no, no. The jungle is far, like 200 kilometers, or like say more
Okay.
than 100 miles. Yeah.
Okay, good. Phew, that's a good thing. So I ask everybody to show us their mug. I see you have a mug. Can you tell us a little bit about it? And what are you drinking?
Yes, yeah, it's a coffee. There is one coffee shop called CCD, Coffee Day, and I like their coffee. And the mug is about the BookingPress, which is our beloved latest WordPress plugin. It's an
Yes.
WordPress booking plugin.
Very good. I met you while you were at your booth at WordCamp Asia. I think
Yes,
just
yes,
we were
yes.
even in the
We
same
actually,
room.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were met there only. Yeah.
So I'll show you my mug. I have a brand new one. Nobody's seen before. It's this roses, and it has a little top to keep the coffee warm, which is lovely. And today I'm drinking coffee also. So I like my coffee
That
very sweet and creamy. I have cream and sugar in my coffee today.
Okay, then that makes the two of us, because I cannot drink bitter coffee. I need some
Same.
sugar and some cream.
Yeah, same. Me too, for sure. So tell us, how did you get started with WordPress?
Well, actually, the thing is that in 2011, we were working on different PHP projects, and this project came to us that the requirement was to build a website, simple website in WordPress. And we learned some of the WordPress, because it's super easy to learn WordPress, as everybody know. So we learned some WordPress, and we created that website, and it was so easy, so fast, that that made us think that maybe we should keep doing this thing, and bring more clients and more business from the WordPress itself. And then while we are after that, one of another client, we were making a kind of a form builder for them. And one of my colleague, we were just sitting relaxed and chatting general things. And one of my colleague brought this idea that, hey, Ankur, why don't we make a plugin of this thing? Because, we are a programming company.
Mhm.
Mainly we have a maximum 80-90% of coder in my company. So we thought, he gave given me this idea, and I thought, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Let's at least give it a chance. Let's see what it does. And we launched our first plugin called ARForms in Envato platform, and it was a hit. It was a the product was selling, and we were getting money, and then it motivated itself, and it was really fun to work in WordPress.
I love that. I
So
think
that's how it started.
I love to hear everybody's journeys. Everybody has a different way that they arrived in WordPress, and that's always fun to hear. When you think about WordPress websites or websites in general, around the world, what is something that you think we as designers, developers, web builders don't focus enough attention on that would actually make our sites better for the end user?
Well, if this is something I would like to tell everybody that, most of people do not focus about the speed and performance, which is really, really bad thing. It's a bad experience for, visitors also. If your site is not loading with the enough speed, and then it's big problem. And if you think about from the SEO point of view also, then also Google hates those the websites which are not loading faster. So I think people or agencies should focus more about the performance and the way their website loads and how it performs.
Yeah, I think that that's true. A slow website will make people leave very quickly. And also, I think they lose confidence in whatever it is that you're selling, which also
Exactly,
not a good thing.
exactly.
Not a good thing. What
Yeah,
is
and
some
yeah, sorry. And now I'd like to add up to that. Nowadays we use a lot of page builders and everything. That actually, slows down even further to their websites. And after that, nobody actually cares about speeding up the website and everything. So
mm,
it damages their business and their impression also.
mm. I mean, I think it depends on the page builder. Like I use page builders for all of my websites and I've got them optimized pretty well. So I think it just depends on how much you know and how well you can work within the system. But I think
Probably,
that
probably.
if and it's some of the older ones probably for sure, but also there's just a lot that can go into making a site faster for sure. Absolutely. What's something that you wish you had known earlier in your WordPress journey that might have made things a whole lot easier sooner?
Well, we didn't know that WooCommerce, connecting with WooCommerce is huge business opportunity.
Mhm.
There are lots of potential add-ons which we could have built with WooCommerce, and that would have made this company grow much more faster, and that could
Mm.
have given people many more features and add-ons for them to use.
Yeah, Woo is, and did you see that they were WooCommerce, then Woo, and
Yeah,
now they're going back to
yeah,
WooCommerce.
yeah, yeah. Drama is going on.
Yeah, so but I agree. I think WooCommerce is very easy to use. You can get lost in the weeds if you don't know what you're doing because there are so many add-ons, and I still think that shipping is the most difficult thing to figure out if you're shipping physical products.
Yeah,
But for digital products, man, it's really, really useful for sure.
yeah,
Absolutely.
that's true.
So you are a meetup organizer, you've been to WordCamps. What's something, an event or an experience that you had at a WordCamp or a WordPress event that really was a pivotal or inspirational moment for you?
Well, if I tell you the truth, every WordCamp gives us something, and much more. Not just something. It is a huge and a great experience. Every time we go to, I go to WordCamp, I learn many new things. I come with, lots of energy, and I talk with my people that okay, we need to do much more things, and we need to move much more faster. But one incident, if I tell you. Like a few months ago, there was a WordCamp Ahmedabad, if you know Ahmedabad, in India, Gujarat. There was a WordCamp Ahmedabad, and we were one of the sponsors. That was our first experience as a sponsor, and that changed a lot of things.
Mm,
That changed a lot of things the way we were doing business. Because visiting a word, attending a WordCamp is a different thing, and
mhm,
being a sponsor in a WordCamp is a whole lot of this. That was inspiring and that was a pivotal for us. That after that we brainstormed and we tried to run everything differently and in a much more better manner.
mhm. Do you find that people are interested to learn more about you when you have a booth at a sponsor hall? They
Of course. People, there were two things. If I tell you about my experience, there were two things. A lot of people came there and they wanted to learn about our product. They wanted to learn about us, and even we meet some of the great, nice people like you in WordCamp, and it was fun. And there was a couple of surprise moment also when people already knew about our product, and that was really pleasant thing to have. When somebody tell, oh, you are from BookingPress. Well, I use BookingPress and it's a good product. That is something really
Mhm.
good take from it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk a little bit about Booking Press. I know that you've got your shirt, you've got your mug. It's your kind of
Yes.
your flagship product right now. What sets it apart from other booking systems? So, when you booked on my calendar, you saw that I'm using Calendly right now.
Yes, you do. Yeah,
Um,
do.
and I have used other booking systems in the past. What makes Booking Press so wonderful? Why should somebody like me use it?
Well, if you ask me to talk about BookingPress, you will have to give me time limit because I'm not gonna stop. I'm just kidding. So the thing is that when we started BookingPress, the
Mhm,
idea was that we are a product based company as well as we are doing projects also. So that gives us experience. When you do projects for some customers, some clients, it gives you much more experience that what are their pains, and during using existing plugins, how they are feeling, and what the problem which those plugins are not able to solve. So what I felt it that there are multiple appointment or booking plugins available in market, but most of them are very complex,
mhm,
to configure them, to use them. So the idea was that make up a booking plugin which is very much simple, and even the person who is not technically who is not coder or much more technically related with WordPress also should be able to configure and start using the booking plugin. That is how the idea came, and then we started working on it. We took lots of feedback from our existing customer and everything, and after that we started first line of coding.
That's awesome.
So that's how
I used to work
yeah.
with when I used to work in higher education before I was working um in tech. And the last school that I worked at was a massage school. And
Okay.
if Booking Press had been around back then, it would have been so easy for the massage therapist to be able to have somebody book online instead of having to use third-party SaaS systems and push people off their websites to go to this other booking platform. So I can absolutely see the benefit of using a booking plugin
Thank
instead of, yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, the thing is that this time before when we made the plugin, we bring a premium version and light version, everything all together. This time, we just launched like free version at WordPress org, and
Hmm.
then we gathered lots of ideas from the people, because when you are giving something free to people, they would be happy to spend their time and give some nice, really useful feedback. So this
Hmm.
is how BookingPress built, with the ideas and with the requirements of different customers around the world.
I love that. That's awesome. So when somebody uses Booking Press, do they download the free version and then if they want additional things, there's the add-ons they can do? Is that how it works?
Yeah, see, BookingPress free version. Yeah, we always want that everybody use first go to and use the free version. That's how they know that is it the right thing for them to use, because their entire business gonna be dependent on entire appointment system is going to be dependent on our plugin. So we want that they just use our free plugin, and then we don't charge anything for the add-ons at all.
Okay.
We have BookingPress premium version, and we have made three packages: standard, professional, and the developer edition. And
Okay.
depend on the number of licenses, they can buy the various package, and they just need to pay for the package itself. After that, they
Gotcha.
can download and install and use all the add-ons. We have like more than 40 add-ons, and like more than 18 payment gateways supported worldwide, which
Hmm.
I don't think none of the booking plugin right now available has. uh, Except for the, if you connect with the WooCommerce, then
Right.
sky's the limit.
Exactly. And that was something that I hadn't even thought about before I started booking appointments. So like when I started using booking calendar, booking plugins and Calendly and all those things, it was always just to give people a time to meet with me or to sign up for the podcast. But now I do things like coaching sessions and pick my brain sessions. And so I can send somebody that link and they have to pay me in advance of meeting with me. And so it sounds to me that you can do that also through BookingPress.
Yeah, we can do that. We have a facility. You can pay before, after. You can send. People can say pay some of the like 20% deposit or something like that. We
Hmm.
have many different ways to handle your booking.
That's wonderful. I love that. So how long has BookingPress been out in the world for people to
Well,
use?
like more than a 2.5 year. Yeah, our free version is out for like more than a 2.5 year, and just after around a 1 year of the release of the light version, we brought the premium version. So it's
Okay,
not,
cool.
it's kind of young still,
Yeah.
but people are loving it. So we are putting our all lots of effort to make it better and better.
And so many of us are using Google Calendars, right? We use Gmail, we use Google Calendars. And so BookingPress is able to integrate with our calendar systems like that.
Absolutely.
I would hope so. I would expect so, actually. So that makes the only thing that makes sense instead
Yeah,
of
I
having
tell you
to,
one thing that most of our customers, they use Google Calendar with BookingPress.
yeah.
That's their favorite combination.
Yeah, I think Google is taking over the world, so or it already has. I don't know. But if you have to fit into the Google world to make things work, is what I'm trying to say.
Of course, yes.
So other than BookingPress, what does Repute InfoSystems do?
Well, we have a few more plugins. There is one called ARMember, which is a membership plugin. Then there is a ARPrice, which is a pricing table plugin. And then there is a ARForm, which is our first plugin. We started with our journey of plugin with ARForms,
Mhm.
and we unfortunately we haven't done anything with theme yet. We would love
Okay.
to, but we are not a designer. Me being a CEO before, starting this company or even during this journey, I am always the technical person of this company. So, I am not the creative one. I am the coder one.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I think it's rare to find a developer who's in marketing or a marketing person who's a good developer. We tend to be a little they do exist, but it's better when you can work with somebody and work together to get those things working. I think focusing.
Well, the thing is that it's a big advantage when you are a developer and you jump into the marketing. Then that's a really benefit, because technically, if you want to achieve something, if your customer says something, or if some feature
Yeah.
is good for the marketing point of view,
Hmm.
then you gonna know exactly that how to achieve that function,
Hmm.
because you are a programmer.
Right. So, but that's where the teams come into place, right? So if you have a good team who's working on your marketing and integrating well with your developers, is what I'm trying to say, so that everybody it can move
Of
forward in the
course.
best way. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, nowadays my role is just very limited to make a decision and just chat with people, and that's it. I don't do coding anymore, unfortunately.
I have one plugin in the repository where I just forked Hello Dolly. And so I'm not really a developer, but it looks like I am if you go to my WordPress.org profile. So I'm not mad that I have the badge, but I don't want anybody to ask me to do any programming for them.
I understand that. I very much understand that. Nowadays, even somebody thinks that we are making this many plugins, and in a WordCamp or anywhere, if somebody cases that, hey Ankur, I have this problem, technical issue with the BookingPress, and you tell me the code snippet and how to, then I get nervous that, oh my God, I'll have to find my saviors, my team members that come and help this person.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's move into our rapid fire questions. They aren't really rapid. They're
Sure.
just they may have shorter answers, I guess is why I call them that, but they're still fun. So let's begin with that. What are two or three must-have plugins that you would recommend to somebody building their own website?
Well, as everybody know, Yoast is one of them, I would say. Then maybe for the security, security is one of those plugins.
Mhm.
WordFence is one of those plugins I would recommend. And I would recommend for the backup, you should have Updraft. That is one of my personal favorite. And you should have at least one caching plugin. We are use personally. I use WP Rocket.
Make things a little faster that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
And you said speed, so those caching plugins absolutely help with that a little bit.
Yeah, actually, I am, even though I'm not doing coding anymore, but I am passionate about the performance and speed. So,
Hmm.
I know a little bit about Linux also. So I optimize, from the server end, then this plugin helps, caching plugin helps a lot. And,
Hmm.
the third thing, as you said, if you use a good page builder, like Gutenberg, then there won't be much of issue of the speed and performance.
Exactly. At any point in your WordPress or business journey, have you had a mentor, whether it was officially a mentor or somebody that you kind of took you under their wing, or maybe you looked up to, and can you tell us who it is?
Well, I would say I never needed any mentor, particularly
Mhm.
for WordPress, because it was that much easy that you started using, and within 1 month you become expert in WordPress. That is what I would say if I'm not
Okay.
overreacting.
That's fine. Who is somebody that you admire in the WordPress community and why?
Well, I would say that everybody who helps, I wouldn't say any particular person, but generally, in general, everybody, because, community built little by little, as they say, Rome was not built overnight. I mean, so, everybody who helps community grow, I admire all of them. And especially if I tell one person, is Michelle Freshet.
Thank you. That's very sweet of you.
Thank you.
Um, I love that. It's a good question, and I think that there's so many people who are just really doing good work in the community. So it's nice to be able to recognize them for sure. What's something that you'd still like to learn in WordPress, but that you haven't learned yet?
Well, we are not into the theme, so I would love to, jump into the theme and development and everything. Because although it is a programming, but development of plugin is a bit different than development of theme. So I would like to learn and get into the business of theme also.
Very nice. Yeah. I work at Stellar WP, and Cadence is one of our themes. Um,
Yes,
built
I know about that.
built on Gutenberg. So, that's why it's one of my
Yeah,
favorites for sure.
yeah, and it's really fast.
Yes, it is. And I love that. I'm actually rebuilding some of my old sites that were in different builders into Cadence so that they're faster and a little more up to date. So, yeah. So stand by for those
Yeah.
to happen, especially WP Coffee Talk, which is built on an older system. So,
Okay.
what's
Good to know.
yeah, what's the biggest mistake that you've ever made in WordPress and what did you learn from it?
Well, mistake, I would say that, usually what I would say that, update your plugin. Once there was a time that, one of our product website got hacked by a hacker. And the reason was that no, we were not regularly updating our plugins and themes and
Hmm.
everything. So I would say that, I would never do that mistake again. I would always keep all my plugins, all themes, and WordPress itself up to date on every website I use or for my client also.
Yeah, I think that's a very good lesson. And one of the ways you can harden your site is to make sure that everything is up to date so it's not as exploitable. Yeah, I think we've all learned that
Yeah.
lesson at one point in time or another.
Of course, because WordPress is the biggest, more than 40% of the website built only in WordPress. So it becomes easier for hacker to target,
Right.
on the WordPress website. It because once the hacker finds one single vulnerability, and all he or she need to do is find all the website which uses that plugin or theme, and that's it. You
Yep,
know,
exactly. So stay on top of those things. Absolutely good advice. What is your proudest WordPress moment?
well, there are not. I would be clear about that, because there is not a single proudest moment. There are multiple proudest moment. Whenever my team achieves some good things or good numbers in WordPress, whenever I meet, I go to attend WordCamp one by another, and every time I feel proud about something that I am connected with WordPress. So I don't think there is a single particular moment.
And I thought you were going to say when you put BookingPress out into the world, but I understand.
Of course.
There are many things that make us proud for sure. And
Yeah.
being able to see that at WordCamp Asia was really nice to meet you and the team and learn about your product. So for sure.
Yeah, yeah. You are, I would say, if I'm allowed, you are so cute to meet in person, and you're so friendly person. We even after you left, we with my colleague, we were talking about you, like, she is
Aw.
really inspiration. I mean.
Oh, thank you. It was fun to get a picture with your team too, and have the Michelle and me selfies up there, which was really fun.
Yeah.
If you weren't working in technology, web tech, and all of the things you do now, what's a different career that you might like to try?
Well, I would say there was no plan B,
So
because
if the internet stopped working tomorrow, what would you do to feed your family? That's a better question, maybe.
well, I might go to my, family business. We have a couple of shops and everything, but personally, I would say that, I never believed in plan B, because when there is a plan B, you do not, I personally believe that you won't put your 100%. When you have
Mhm.
plan B, that means you have kept some doubt in your mind that, you will fail.
Okay.
So, when I first saw a computer that was black and white in 1992 in
Mhm.
India, there was, in stock market office, one of my uncle, he was having, he was a big broker there, and he bought this new computer. And I saw that computer, and I fell in love that, I'm gonna do this thing, and I'm gonna be around with this thing throughout my life. So that is how it started.
I love that. That's awesome. Well, what's something on your bucket list? Something you'd like to do that you haven't done?
Bucket list, I love to ride a bike, so I would like to go for a bike ride. Do you know Ladakh, Leh? Maybe you might have heard. It is a far north part of India,
Hmm.
and it has one of the highest motorable road worldwide. I mean, so I'd love to go there with my bike, riding my bike, and that is something in my bucket list.
I love that. It sounds like a hard journey, but it would be fulfilling to get to the top, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would definitely.
Tell us or show us a hidden talent that you have or interest that people in WordPress might not be aware of.
Well, I would say I am a pretty bad dancer, but still I would dance. Then I play chess, from
Okay.
time to time. I play chess. And one talent I can show you right now, which I think it's a funny thing. I can speak English alphabet in reverse in very quick manner. Should I?
Okay. Yes, do it. Let's hear it.
Okay. Z Y X W V U T S R Q P O N M L K J I H G F E D C B A.
That is impressive, sir. I am not able to do that.
How's that? Is it
Very
good?
nice. Very nicely done. Yes, I am impressed.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. So that is my hidden talent.
Very good. Well, if people want to learn more about you or they want to learn more about Repute InfoSystems or BookingPress, how do we find you online?
Well, we have our, we are pretty much active on different social media platforms, LinkedIn and Facebook, LinkedIn. We have social Facebook community for BookingPress and then ARMember, and we are present in Twitter also.
Very good. And I'll get all of those links from you. So if people are interested in following up anywhere, all they have to do is go to
Of course.
WPCoffeeTalk.com, find Ankur's episode, and those, along with the transcript of today's episode, will be in the show notes. So you can find it all there.
Yeah. Thank you
Thank
very much.
you.
So nice of you. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was great to get to meet you and learn more about you and your business and all of the things that you do. I really truly appreciate that you took some time on your weekend to speak with me. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much for having me. It was really, really fun. It felt like, two people are just two friends are talking and, after a
Yeah,
very long period. So thank you very much
my
for
pleasure.
helping me because, this was my first, to be honest, this was my first
I like when I'm
podcast.
the first podcast for people. I try to make it easy. I give you all of the questions in advance, try to make it as easy as possible, collect all the information I need from you so that you can
Yeah.
just show up and have
Yeah.
a
I gave
conversation.
two thumbs up for that.
Very good. Thank you. Well, it was good to see you today. We'll see everybody else on the next episode of WP Coffee Talk. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Have a
We hope you enjoyed this episode of WP Coffee Talk. Please share it with others who you know would enjoy hearing from the people who make the WordPress community the wonderful place that it is. If you are interested in joining us as a guest or a sponsor, please visit our site at WPCoffeeTalk.com.